You see, now that's late. That's a late start. National Stupid Day. That's fine. I needed the laugh, Captain Track. Thank you.
Qapla! I'm gonna take this.
Yeah, sassy. That's about right.
To suggest that we all hail Qapla. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I know about it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
You come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. Dare to make war, we surrender. False word, important news are needed new pieces.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's gonna be under one roof. You're gonna run it like a business. That means you're gonna make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before, or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hail Karoga. Uh-oh. Hello world, it's Birdo Prey 5 Qapla, and welcome to BedLife for Monday, October 19th, 2020. Yeah, 2020. So I noticed on the intro that, yes, the credits block some of these, the subscribe star and the governor and the higher ups. It's okay. I will figure something out with that. My apologies. We'll go through all of our most generous members again before the stream is over. So fear not. If you saw your name was blocked, you will get special mention. Welcome to the chat. The chat started way early. Unfortunately, the earliest one I see is at 2:31 p.m. from Karoganite, who I saw Karoganite playing powerlines.io today. I also have a sneaking feeling I know who Karoganite is when he said hello, young sir, to me on, I believe it was Admiral of Doom's birthday thread. By the way, a very happy birthday to Admiral of Doom. I'm sure he's at work and not watching, but it's the thought that counts. So a happy birthday again to Admiral of Doom. So Karoganite said he was turd. Springtime said he was fourth. First and second, I'm sorry, you've been lost to time. Not Ryan Johnson pleads the fifth. Not Ryan Johnson was the fifth. And Karoganite says, Bird of Prey, I started playing Power Lines Saturday during Cinnabon's stream. He saw my username and called me his nemesis. Karoganite is the nemesis of Cinnabon Bunny, but it's weird because Cinnabon Bunny is a governor of Karoga. Although I did see you guys, oh, not you guys, or Cinnabon and some people chatting on another channel Life with Matthew's channel last night. I watched his stream this morning, and even though Life with Matthew didn't realize Cinnabon was a Krogan, Cinnabon said that he was deep undercover, and we should all shh and not talk about it. So, as he is a Krogan governor, I will respect his wishes and not talk about it any further. Joseph Petrick puts in a Charlie emoji, a sassy emoji, General Chang emoji, and says he needs a mop emoji. Well, we'll have to discuss that, Joseph. Not going to get that. You might just get an actual mop, unless that feels insulting to Mamo Prey. No, Mamo Prey is okay. We'll have a mop. We'll know what it means. But yeah, you're not going to get them on. But that's a great Charlie emoji. I actually updated it last night with a little better picture. Joseph Patrick donated €2 through Super Chat. Thank you, Joseph. Qapla, and says beautiful haircut and freshly shaved face. Well, thank you. Although this is actually 24 hours on the shave. The haircut is like 12 hours, maybe 16. Thank you. It's good for a day or two, and then it starts to get too thick on the sides, and then it just looks terrible again. And I go back to debating whether I should wear a hat. I'm sure by Thursday I'll be wearing a hat again. But thank you. So where are we? Oh yeah, so I updated the Charlie emoji because the first time I did it, his like right under his mouth was a little cut off. So I found a better picture and just redid it from scratch. So if he looks a little different in this emoji than he did last time, you're not crazy. I also brightened him up a bit, so he sticks out more if you use the YouTube dark theme, which I do. Not Ryan Johnson needed coffee, and now he has his coffee. So awesome, Not Ryan Johnson. Rock Solid Productions, hashtag we want the show, we want the show. Well, the show has begun, my friend. Also a friend of the channel. So happy to help you with that. Eastland Burkholder says hi. Might have to suddenly leave, but wanted to say hi. Hi. Thank you for coming, Eastland, if you're still here. Thank you for sticking around if you can. Dr. Alex, hello all. Qapla, Dr. Alex. I'm so sorry. I watched like one video of yours a week ago and I didn't get to the next one yet. I apologize. It's been crazy. And Dr. Alex says, I wonder if Vertebrae has noticed I.O. Yes, I've been watching I.O. I've seen some names. I didn't notice you, Dr. Alex, on I.O., but if you've been playing, that's wonderful. Dr. Alex says, I wonder if Vertebrae has noticed that he has a new Doctor Who episode up. I noticed it's there, but I didn't get a chance to watch it yet. But I do see it in my queue, Dr. Alex. Adega Outlaw says, hail Bop, hail Adega, hail chat, and can't stay. Well, I'm sorry to hear you can't stay, Adega, but good to see you. Thank you for checking in. John Araki demands a recount. What vote? We didn't vote. We didn't vote on anything. He just says, Qapla, John Araki. Oh, John Araki, I do owe you some kiss and dax. So you gave on a stream that was let's see. Well, here's what we'll do. This was your $1 super chat you gave 2 days ago. We'll see. Oh, you got Savick. I say Savick pretty hot, especially since Kirstie Alley decided to light the internet on fire by saying she voted for Trump in 2016 and she's going to vote for him again. But I know that's good for me. And I just found out that there's a pretty interesting scene of her and Marina Sirtis in the 1984 movie Blind Date. At the time it was an R-rated movie. Now that would be rated MA, whatever it is, 18. But at the time, an R-rated movie. Shocking footage. I might have to review the movie. But let's try it again, John Araki. Let's try it again. I'll give you a third chance. A third chance for kissing Dax. And if not, then we will have to go with the animated version of Kissing Dax. Okay, we couldn't do it. So let's see. I had some more technical problems with the Stream Deck this morning, and of course, I didn't put Kissing Dax on here. Son of a bitch. But we can fix that. We can go. I pay my debts. We will simply go to our rejoined video clip that I keep available for just times like this, and we're going to do commentary. Look at this. Yes, that they're breathing. They can taste each other's breath. Now they're just literally tasting each other. That is, this was quality television. They're actors, both of them at the top of their game, completely in their part. This should be taught at film school. If you have two straight actresses or actors who happen to be women, and they need to make a convincing kiss that they're actually deeply in love, this should be how they're all based. Because I'll be honest, I've been doing my research for my top 5 or 10 lesbian kiss scenes, and I'll be honest, most of them are not nearly as convincing as this one scene. So this is actually probably going to be the number one kiss after my thorough research into the subject. The others will all be letdowns, really. But yeah, so there you go. That was for John Araki. You are welcome. I hope you're happy. And Captain Track puts in a poo. What? A poo, not an anti-poo, a real poo emoji. Poo la bop. Poo la bop. What the hell does that mean? Thomas Potts is National New Friends Day. WTF is that? My God, so many dumb name days. Well, today is, in fact, National New Friends Day. So we should all try to make a new friend. I know Mama Pray reminds us we're still in lockdown, but you find a way. Like life finds a way in Jurassic Park. You find a way to make a new friend, maybe online, maybe on YouTube, maybe not on Twitter, but somewhere, someone wants to be your friend. So reach out, and I would say reach out and touch someone, but that gets you in trouble these days. My God, that used to be the catchphrase for what, AT&T or something? Reach out and touch someone. Now you do that, you're going to jail, or at the very least, you're being Me Too'd and fired. Unless you're Joe Biden. Very good, Mama Pray. Very good, Mama Pray. Unless you're Joe Biden, then you're all good. Then you're all good. We'll keep politics to a minimum, but there's a few. Not Ryan Johnson says, settle down to Thomas. Captain Track says, I see Bird of Prey's late as usual. And yes, I did it to teach you guys a lesson. No, I did it because I was having technical difficulties with the Stream Deck. Again, I had to reboot the entire computer to get it to work today. So I hope I don't have to do that every time I need to use it. Thomas says, tomorrow should be National Stupid Name Days. You might have a shot of getting that. Carlo says, hi, I hope everyone is as well as can be. Thank you, Carlo. Thomas Potts says, Bird of Prey is officially late again. Well, first time in a while. And Thomas says, I don't even think he's awake. I was awake. Joseph says, bird late. My id is always on time. Captain Track says, Thomas, I thought every day was National Stupid Day. And I lolled. I laughed at that. I chuckled, I laughed, I saw it scrolling across the screen just as I was starting. Thank you, Captain Trek. Best joke of the night so far. You have strong chance you're gonna win the night. Thomas is tomorrow. I read that. Chemtrail, yes, I thought every day was National Stupid Day. It certainly feels that way, Captain Trek. Rambling Canuck says, hello, Bird of Prey and all. Qapla, Rambling Canuck. Good to see you. Rock Solid says 3 minutes late. I know. Elihu, Qapla, Elihu. Carlo puts in the Karogan flag. Hail, Karoga. Not Ryan Johnson says, hello and Qapla. Darth Calhoun says, guess who voted for the first time today and LARPed while doing it? I didn't know what LARPed meant. I still don't. I asked you know who, what does LARPed mean? And she told me what farting meant. So I don't know what LARPed means. But congratulations on voting, Darth Calhoun. Welcome to the world of being 18 plus, I assume. Rock Solid says, now 4 minutes late. The intro is not the stream. The intro counts. The intro is like the tip of the stream. Okay? The intro is the tip of the stream, and it absolutely counts. Sassy, what type of audience am I working with here today? I don't know. They're hostile. You have permission to treat you like a hostile audience. Cinnabon Bunny, hello, Qapla Cinnabon, Governor of Karoga. Good to see you. Elihu Who says Darth Calhoun, Kim Kardashian, LARPing as Joe Biden. You see, I still don't know what LARPing means. Carlo Albanese, hail Karoga, Carlo. Forza Jersey says, Qapla, new friend, Qapla Forza, though I thought we were kind of already friends. You've been here. Dr. Alex says, Qapla, Bird of Prey. How are you and the family doing? We are doing well, Dr. Alex. All is well, last I've heard. So thank you. Thank you. Mr. Actually, to be honest, to be completely fair, Grandma O'Prey is not doing the greatest. I didn't want to bother you guys with it, but last week we got a call that she lives with my aunt and uncle in Long Island. We got a call that in the morning she wasn't quite acting like herself, and they called an ambulance. She's had seizures recently, so he thought it might be a seizure. The ambulance came and she started talking and moving just fine for a woman of 95 years old. So the ambulance left. And then before the ambulance had just left, the police were still outside. And then she completely spaced out. And they're like, oh shit, we need the ambulance back. The police said, okay, we're calling them back. So they brought the ambulance back. They brought her to the hospital, and she had a stroke. Now, the doctors didn't want to give her the medication that they administer when you have a stroke because they weren't sure if she had just had the stroke or if she had the stroke while she was sleeping. And apparently, if it's been more than 3 hours, they can't give you the medication for reasons I would have risked it at that point. But whatever, the doctor said no medication. They confirmed she had a stroke. There was a small blood clot they could see in her head. So they're giving her some medication to deal with the blood clot. In the meantime, unfortunately, she can't speak, and she can't move her right arm, and she is righty. Worst thing is that she has to stay at the hospital, and the hospital doesn't allow. My aunt and uncle would have stayed with her 24/7, but they were being real finicky about letting them stay. They only let them come during visiting hours, which are only 4 hours a day. And I heard when my aunt got there, let's just say, I don't know. Unfortunately, I'm not 100% sure how she's doing right now. Last we heard, she was okay, that she had been eating. She didn't lose her appetite. She was eating and she was okay. Just wish somebody could stay with her for longer than a few hours because she can't ask for anything. She's having She's having some issues, but she is 95 years old. I feel terrible I can't be there for her. I really do. It kept me up for the last few nights. I haven't been sleeping well. And so for those who do, please offer prayers for Grandma O'Prey. She is the oldest person in the family, the matriarch, my dad's mother. And she's like I said, she turned 95 this May, and for the vast amount of her life, she was up and worked. She was walking better than in her 80s. She was up and at 'em and walking better than me, my dad, who was still alive at the time, his brother, and his sister. Okay? It was crazy. And my cousin. There was one day, everybody was here at my house when Dad O'Prey was still alive, after I'd been sick. So I was in the hospital bed. So I wasn't walking at all. Dad O'Prey was using a walker to get around at that point. My cousin had hurt his back, so my uncle had hurt his back. He was barely moving. My aunt hurt her leg, so she was using a cane. And my grandmother, the oldest of us all, she was just fine. She was walking around doing her thing. I laughed seeing that. Grandma O'Prey worked I think she worked till she was 80 something. She worked for a long time for Xerox, and then she worked at Brooklyn College. And she worked in the provost office, and she was up. I mean, she was keeping herself up on like Microsoft Word, and she was using all the office programs, and she was keeping herself pretty well, busy. And finally, she just decided to retire in sometime, I think it was her mid-80s, earlier mid-80s. And then she started staying home all day, and she really didn't know what to do with herself. She kept busy. She would do crossword puzzles and stuff, but wasn't quite the same. Once you retire, things like that. If you want to live long, don't ever retire. That's an unfortunate truth I've learned. But she's good. She's had a very happy life. She's lived to see grandkids and great grandkids. Both nephew O'Prey and cousin Dibbs she's had 2 great grandchildren, and a 3rd great grandchild is due next month. So with luck, she will be around to see her 3rd great grandchild. And that will probably be it for a while, but we'll see. So thank you. I'm sorry to go into a whole spiel, but people have been asking how's the family, and I've been giving the polite answer. Everybody's fine, but the truth is, Grandma O'Prey is not fine, and it has been eating at me personally for several days. It's been eating at Mom O'Prey a bit as well. I'm sure it's eating at Sis O'Prey and everybody, my aunts and my uncles, my cousin, everybody in my family. I'm sure we all feel it. But me particularly, even if I wanted to fight with the hospital and risk going to jail, I can't, because I can't get out of my bed. So that's what upsets me. Maybe it's a good thing, because maybe I'd go out and I'd find myself arrested if the doctor said I couldn't go up and stay with her. So maybe it's a good thing I can't go, but I feel like, God damn it, I would try. But that's where we are. Apologies. I'm sure Grandma O'Prey wants us all to be happy, whether she can talk or not. So we will liven up the mood again. But thank you for letting me get that out. Dr. Alex. Mr. Miles yells, "Nerds!" Qapla, Mr. Miles, it's good to see you. I see we cross on several streams from time to time. It's good to see you're still out there. Springtime, says Bird of Prey. We know is Sassy safe? We need proof that your dog is even real. Listen, you guys have seen Sassy on many a streams. She's outside with Mama Prey right now. Mama Prey's talking to my uncle. They're out, they're speaking, so we can't see Sassy at the moment. But there's a pretty good chance at some point tonight you will hear Sassy bark, if you haven't already. Dee Dee says, Qapla, Bird of Prey, how are you and the whole family doing today? Well, we already answered that one, Dee Dee. 47 Yorktown, not Ryan Johnson, says 47 Yorktown was first, 54.5 Access Radio was second. Wow, well, that's a very, okay, so there we go. 47 Yorktown was first and second and third. Interesting. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take them. I'll take all the likes. Springtime, says Bird of Prey. How are you doing in your other life as President Trump? You know, as President Trump is doing, supposedly he's doing pretty good. He's in Tucson or somewhere, Prescott, somewhere he's in Arizona today. And good for him. The polls are starting to turn. Maybe they're saying that he might have a shot at winning, which scares me because I don't trust the polls. I kind of think they're making the polls say he might win just to make Democrats feel more worried and make them vote more. I think they realize that if we go into the election saying that, Hillary has a 92% chance of winning, some people might stay home. So they realize that we better say that this is 50-50, because that's how you get, well, if you say 50-50, then you're going to get all you're going to get everybody to come out. So I'm thinking by election day, they're going to be saying it's like 60-70% chance Trump is going to win, because then you'll have some Trump voters who might be lazy who will stay home, though we know they won't. And some Democrats will go out and vote multiple times. So I think that's where the polls are going to go, in my opinion. We'll see what happens. Captain Track says Nephew O'Prey is better than General Chang. I agree. He is. For all the effort and all the time and all the stress it is sometimes when we deal with Nephew O'Prey and we have to wake up early and, not do the things we normally would do to take care of Nephew O'Prey. God help me, when he looks at you and he gives you that big baby smile, it's all worth it. It's all worth it. I should have had a baby. It's too late for me. I should have found some drunk, loose woman. Didn't care. I don't care, even if she was ugly. I would have had a baby. But alas, my standards were too high. Thomas is Cinnabon Bunny. Life with Matthew got you into trouble. Yeah, well, it's the heavens, because Life with Matthew didn't delete his stream afterwards. So I found out about your secret. Happy Dinosaur 8000 Qapla day to you, Qapla, Happy Dinosaur. Cinnabon says Thomas Potts, I heard. Karogans. Captain Track says hey to Adega. Happy Dinosaur says happy day to you, my friend Captain Track. And now Rock Solid is saying Dear Bop. Of course, this was probably 40 minutes ago. Yeah, Sassy, did you hear her? You hear her? Sassy saying hello. Sassy, they didn't believe you were real. They did not believe you were real, Sassy. Dr. Alex says it's always weird hearing Bird reading stuff you typed half an hour ago. I'm sure now it's even longer. Rock Solid says Bird of Prey. I just started following Kirstie Alley on Twitter. She used to be super sexy, IMO, not as much anymore, but still, the fact she's conservative, pretty attractive. I'll be honest, Rock Solid, I would still do her. Okay, and yes, I know she put on weight. She got older. The biggest thing that worries me is her Scientology thing. But you know what? I put it over, and she will always be Savick. She'll either be Savick or the woman from Look Who's Talking. And I don't care how old she's gotten. I can superimpose that face over whatever face she has now. And I could be a very happy man. And you know what? To be completely honest, her personality, if I was walking, I would think I'd have a shot. I just think I would have a shot. She might be okay with you going 20 or 30 years younger. Not being the most attractive guy, but just, getting some of that younger, fresher meat. She might. I wouldn't kick her out of bed. I wouldn't kick her out of the hospital bed. That's for sure, because I can't. But even if I could, I wouldn't. Mike Richards is greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Qapla, Mike Richards. Mr. Miles is laughing. Thomas says, why are you people so turned on by kissing Dax? Listen, Thomas, listen, it's just something. It's something that heterosexual men find attractive. Now, I know that Mike McMahon thinks all Starfleet officers are baseline bisexual, whatever the hell that means. But I can promise him he's not. And as someone who claims to be a Star Trek The Next Generation fan, we have absolute proof that Starfleet officers are not baseline bisexual, because if they were, then in the TNG episode where the Trill has to get put into Riker, and Dr. Crusher had fallen in love with the Trill that came over as a man, and then she's like, oh shit, I didn't fall in love with the man, I fell in love with the symbiont, and the symbiont went into Riker, and she's like, I can still do this. She was all for it. And then the symbiont went into a woman, and she's like, nah. The woman was like, come on, we can still do this. What's the problem? I still have the feelings. I'm the same worm you fell in love with. And she's like, nah, I like my worms to have a worm, if you know what I mean. She was totally not into it. She's like, I can't do it. I can't do it. So we have absolute proof that Beverly Crusher is a heterosexual with no bi tendencies whatsoever, aside from her perchance to exercise with Counselor Troy in questionable attire. But other than that, she no, even in true love, she could not go to kiss a woman. Now, Jadzia Dax, you want to say she's baseline bi? Absolutely. It totally believes that Dax, and maybe perhaps Trills in general, I would say the Trill species could be baseline bisexual. I'll believe that. But all Starfleet officers? Hell no. Fuck you. Worf? You tell me Worf is baseline bisexual? Fuck you. No, he is not. Okay? You're going to tell me Vulcans are baseline bisexual? Fuck you. No, they're not. Okay? Spock is going to be like, that's quite illogical. He's like, no. Ponfar, they don't have Ponfar for that. I'm sorry. It's not that I have no problem with there's gay human beings. I understand. There might even be gay Vulcans. Possibly. I doubt it, but possibly. But they are not bisexual. Okay? They're not baseline bisexual for sure. Mike McMahon, the dumbest thing he has said, I'll be honest, is the word. He basically ruined the show. It was coming off such a great final episode. I was like, yes, this was a great final episode. I was looking forward to season 2. I had some cautious. I was worried about how they were going to bring Boimler back without screwing up his promotion. But I was like, fine, there's actually something I'm looking forward to. And then Mike McMahon comes out and he spouts out of his stupid mouth how everybody's bisexual and they're going to concentrate next season on showing off more of the bisexualness. That's what he said. He's going to show off more of the bisexualness next season. He didn't think he did a good enough job. So if there's any doubt that that Billups and Rutherford were supposed to be showing, man love in that final episode, it's without a doubt. It's that's what they were going for. Okay, and Dr. Tana, she didn't say fuck. She said the other F word. The F word I can't even say on YouTube. She said, Godspeed, you F words. That's what she said. Now, why would she say that if they were baseline bisexual? You would think, oh, Starfleet officers, they probably don't talk like that because they're also accepting. But Rock Solid says, Mr. Miles, how have you been? And what happened to your rank? You're no longer chief engineer. I didn't notice that. That's right. Cinnamon Bunny says, is that tab always open? What tab? What tab? The Kissing Dax? Yes. Yes, it's always open on my YouTube because I have, it's on Chrome is what I use for my day-to-day browsing. Opera is what I use for my YouTube browsing. And yes, the Dear Bop tab is always open. The Kissing Dax tab is always opened. And a couple other tabs are always open. Josh Street says, Vertebrae, you're late. You said you would be starting at 12 p.m. Eastern for the 72-hour DS9 stream. I said no such thing. Mr. Miles says, Rock Solid, I changed my name a long time ago. Rock Solid says, Thomas Potts because Terry Farrell was beautiful back in the day. She's still pretty hot. And Rock Solid says, Mr. Miles, first time I've seen you in months, my friend. Hope you are well. Absolutely. Ms. Miles says, Rock Solid, I changed my name even before COVID. Jeez. Oh, wow. Wow. Look how far back I am. Okay. There we go. Joseph Patrick says, Thomas is extremely beautiful. It is extremely beautiful, well acted, and hormones. Yeah. Mike Richards say hello to my little fetty. Say hello to my little friend. Okay, Mike Richards. Hello, little friend. Josh Street says, Bird of Prey has locked Mamo Prey up and won't let her out. That is false. Mamo Prey is now inside talking with her sister. Rock Solid says, Mr. Miles, well, I said months I've not been in Turtistani streams, so likely I haven't seen you. Well, to be truth, Rock Solid, you won't see Mr. Miles in Turtistani streams these days. Mr. Miles says, you mean anti-tracker streams? I haven't been there lately. Yeah. You guys, whatever. You're both adults. Mr. Miles says, Bird of Prey LARP equal live action role play. Live action. What the fuck is live action role playing have to do with voting? I'm sorry, Darth. If you're still here, Darth Calhoun, or anyone who can answer that question, what does live action role playing have to do? Does it mean you went in costume to vote? Did you dress up as somebody to vote? I don't understand. No, not shart. It's fart. Springtime says, Bird of Prey, you can't command a Bird of Prey or D7 without Mamo Prey on board. Only she can captain an Imperial warship of the Empire, so you are the weapons officer. Son of a bitch. I'll take it. Not Ryan Johnson says, every day should be National Thomas Potts Complains About Something Day. It seems like it is. Rock Solid says, the intro is not the tip of the stream. It does not count, you son of a bitch. It counts. Not Ryan Johnson is laughing his ass off at Rock Solid. Hakeem says, hope you are doing well, Bird. And that was a great STD review. Thank you so much. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. It's up to almost 1,000. Actually, it just passed 900 views this morning. It has blown away all my previous reviews of Lower Decks and Star Trek Picard. So Some of it is due to Discovery actually being, I think, more popular than I imagined. But I'm glad. I'm going to keep up the same style of review, assuming that the second episode instills in me the anger of, as Doomcock says, 1,000 burning suns, or something similar. Then I can do a review like that. If it's mediocre and I'm going to rate it like a 5, that's a much harder review to do. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm gonna try. Hopefully, it's a great episode, and I apologize. The thing I hope for the most, besides world dominance and infinite life and making all my friends and family healthy and rich, the thing I wish for most, besides all that, is that Star Trek Discovery's next episode is a complete fix, that I fall in love with the series all over again, and I apologize to Alex Kurtzman for not realizing his grand vision that took 3 seasons to realize that, holy shit, he made it all make sense, and I was wrong. I want to yell, I was wrong. We were all so wrong. Alex Kurtzman is a genius, and he made me love Star Trek more than I ever have. And Michael Burnham really is that good. That's what I hope. That's what I wish. Okay? That's my wish. Will it happen? The fuck it won't. No, it won't. But if it did, I would be so happy. I would. I would get on YouTube without a script. I would apologize to Alex Kurtzman, to Michelle Paradise, to Akiva Goldsmith, whatever the fuck his name is, and Michael Burnham, Sequoia, not Sequoia, Sonequa Martin Green, to all the actors, the actresses, even Wilson Cruz, the dirty son of a bitch who blocked me on Twitter despite me never ever having any conversation with him in the past or the future. That little spineless shrimp of a man, Wilson Cruz, I would apologize to him as well. And I'd say, you guys, you did it. You the Klingorks, you made them work. I apologize. They were Klingons the entire time. You were all right. The DNA, the Red Angel suit, the sphere with 100,000 years of knowledge. It was all genius. We can hope. Dr. Alex says, I LARPed a long time ago, even acted as NPCs for the event. We were a bit op as fencers. Even 1/3 speed skeletons were too good. You guys are like you're talking about something. I just don't get it. Rock Solid says, hashtag prayers for Grandma O'Prey. Thank you so much, Rock Solid. Dr. Alex is very sorry to hear this. I'm sorry to put this on you guys, but it was time. It was time to tell it. Forza says, Bird of Prey. Well, I should say relatively new friend. Lol. Prayers for Grandma O'Prey. My grandma is 93. Hope she'll be okay. Be strong. Thank you. And I hope your grandmother is doing well and continues to do well, Forza. Rocksolid says, Bird of Prey, that sounds like what happened to my maternal grandfather. Lost the ability to speak and mobility on his right side. Yeah. Hakeem says, man, I hope it gets better. Sorry to hear that. Thank you, Hakeem. Springtime, Bird of Prey, hopefully things work out for you and your family. Just pray, and stay positive. And I will. And to be honest, this happened to her. Similar thing happened to her last year, and she seemed to get over it. It didn't take all that long. Of course, now she's a year older. She did lose some weight. She's not as strong as she used to be. Up until a couple years ago, she was walking up and down a flight of steps 3-4 times a day. Now she's got to live on the same level with the bathroom and needs help getting out of bed even before this happened. But, it was bound to happen. Mr. Miles says, sorry to hear about Grandma O'Prey. I wish her the best. Thank you, Mr. Miles. Joseph says, I'm sorry to hear that, but 95. I'm not sure if I will make it. Joseph, I'm not going to. Elihu says, sorry, Bird of Prey. Going to watch NASA feed on Asteroid Bennu. Will rewatch the rest of the stream later. You don't have to rewatch it, Elihu, but thank you. Have fun with the NASA stream. Asteroid Bennu. I guess I'll get an update from you the next time you talk about it. Rock Solid to Joseph, 95. Hell, I don't know that I want to see 45. Well, I hope you want to see 45, Rock Solid. Take care, Elihu. Not Ryan Johnson says prayers for Grandma will pray. Thank you. Mike Richards says Rock Solid. That, he said, with an evil chuckle, can be arranged. Oh, Rock Solid doesn't want to see 45, huh? Uh-huh. Joseph says, Rock Solid, I totally want to see 45. It's in under 6 months. Rock Solid says, Mike Richards, don't get my hopes up. And he says, Bird of Prey, you don't need to keep stuff like this bottled up. We're here for you too, man. Now on with the Dear Bops. We'll get to the Dear Bops. Mike Richards says, Rock Solid, God knows I wouldn't want to do that. Rock Solid says, Joseph Patrick, 16 months for him. Springtime. God, you guys don't look a day over 39 and a half. Springtime says, Bird of Prey, it's okay. Everyone needs to talk about what's on their mind every once in a while. Well, thank you. Rock Solid says, Mike Richards, there you go. Getting my hopes up. Joseph says, Rock Solid, you have people to live for. Absolutely, he does. Dan23 says, hello, Qapla. Hello, Dan23. Hopefully, he didn't come in at a too depressing moment. Rock Solid says, Joseph, I know freeloaders who don't work and depend on my taxes to support them. Them too, Rock Solid. Them too. Mike Richards says, Rock Solid, I'm too sexy for my shirt. No, I'm listen, Reagan Bush 84. Okay. If I could have voted, I would. If I could have voted, I would. But I'm not taking off this shirt. I'm not taking off this shirt. DD says, Bird of Prey, sorry to hear about Grandma Prey isn't doing well. I will pray for her day and night, and hopefully praying will help in some way. Thank you, DD Myers. I'll be honest. The older I get, the more I think it helps. Eastland Burkholder says hello to Sassy. You see, Sassy, they're saying hello to you now. Now Sassy is laying down. Thank you, Eastland. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, it's not the weight for me. It's just, she's just old enough to be my mother. It's not the weight for me. She's just old enough to be my mother. Oh, Kirstie Alley? I don't care. I'm sure she's old enough to be my mother, but fuck. She's not. That's what makes the difference. Rock Solid is a Bird of Prey. She's always had amazing eyes. Mountains of Elysium says, greetings, Bird of Prey, Mama Prey, Sisso Prey, Chico Prey, and fellow nerds. Thank you, Mountains. Eastland says, silly, so silly, crazy, you are right. Dan23 says, yeah, I read an article on StarTrek.com once, which was saying that 7 of 9 was always a bisexual. Eastland says, greetings to Sassy, chaser of cats, Mountains of Elysium. Says, greetings to Sassy, chaser of cats, eater of cookies, stalker of cardinals, the filer of cushions, and scourge of the squirrels. Aroo! And John Araki with $1 super chat. Thank you, John Araki. Journey to Eden. But we'll give John Araki a second chance.
Live long and prosper.
Same one. We'll try it again later. Maybe it'll change it up. Thank you, Mountains of Elysium, for the introduction for Sassy. Rock Solid says, true love, you mean to shave? He clearly said to shave. No, he said true love. Eastland says, the episode was weird for me because the Beverly Crusher character was not interesting to me. The first real symbiont Beverly Crusher met was not very attractive. Well, the symbiont was not attractive, that's for sure. The person holding it, I don't know. He was a dude, so I'm not going to weigh in on his relative attractiveness. Mike Richards says, wow, Bird is on fire today. Dan23 says Beverly Crusher is not bisexual. When the trill male she was in love with died and the simian was put into a woman, she did not want a relationship with the new female host. Absolutely. Proof positive. Close the book. It's done. Mike McMahon, you claim to be a TNG fan, but you don't know this basic fact. So, I don't know. John Iraqi with another $1 super chat. You got Morn. We got to see Morn's people in Discovery season 3, episode 1, but they fucked up because they don't watch Deep Space Nine. If they were actual Deep Space Nine fans, they would know that Morn is the only one of his species without hair. Morn only looks like that because he's had latinum sitting in one of his stomachs for 30 years or something. Okay? The Morn species is supposed to have hair. I don't know what they're supposed to look like, but Morn is like a little bit mutated version of his own species. They should have, of all the aliens, they didn't make look 25% different. Even the Andorians, for Christ's sake, look 25% different. Of all the aliens, they should have changed a bit. They would have had actual reason to make Morn species look different. They're the one species they say, fuck it. We're going to make them look exactly the same. Why? You can't write incompetence like this. Incompetence like this is like falling from incompetence heaven. It is not possible to even imagine this type of incompetence. 1 million of our best thinkers could not imagine more incompetent Trek writers. Captain MKG, Qapla, Captain MKG, it's been a while, says pile of sticks. The pile of sticks. I don't know what we're talking about there. Rock says is the other F word, and he's like, oh, you mean the word for a British cigarette? Yes, Rock Solid. That word. Dan23 says, is Dr. Phlox gay? No, but Dr. Phlox, I'd say, is certainly probably bisexual. That character would understand. He's probably bisexual by our standards. Most trills are probably bisexual. Most joined trills are probably bisexual by human standards. Those species make sense to be. Dan23 says, and he's certainly not gay, Dr. Phlox, because he's attracted to women first and foremost. Now, we know they also have other husbands, so maybe when they're in the act, they don't care if the other husbands get involved. I don't know the details of Denoblian. I feel like I'm saying it wrong, but I don't know what I'm saying wrong. Denoblian lovemaking. But I would imagine that, let's just say they're probably okay with the Devil's Three-Way. Dan23 says, Voyager Doctor mentioned that there is a species with more than 2 sexes. We've seen several species with more than 2 genders, 2 sexes. We've seen it in Enterprise, and we've seen it on TNG at a minimum. Roxanne says, no, Phlox has talked about his wives, who also have other husbands. Roxanne says, Vertebrae, you mean dictator has pissed off and insulted another. The dictator has pissed off and insulted another. I'm sorry, Rock Solid. We're too far beyond, and I don't remember what that reference was to. Dan23 says, Phlox people have complicated marriages where there's lots of wives and husbands. Yes, they do. Keely Chow says, hey, everybody, Qapla, Keely, good to see you. Dan23 says, when it comes to bisexuals, in the new Doctor Who, you had Captain Jack. Only thing I know about Captain Jack is the song. Keely Chow says, Alex Kurtzman is a hack. I have a feeling he is, Keely. Mountains of Elysium says, Vertebrae, I think your next review, you need to let us know what you really think. Don't sit on the fence. Just tell us your honest feelings. I will do my best, Mountains. Dan23 says, Vertebrae, do you like the cat in Discovery Season 3? Grudge? She's probably my favorite character. Or she, whatever it is. Probably my favorite character in the entire episode. Rock Solid says, we're never getting to Dear Bop. We'll get to Dear Bops. Darth Maul says, irony that Grudge is the only kitty book can get. Wow. Springtime says, Bird of Prey, if you've seen Red Dwarf, I haven't, then that's the kind of Star Trek we need. A show that's fun but funny and optimistic and just plain good time. That's where we need the dark times. That's what we need in the dark times we are in. I believe you. I haven't seen it, but I believe you. Mountains of Elysium says, I'm late in the stream, Bird of Prey. I hope your grandmother recovers. I will be keeping her in my prayers. Thank you so much, Mountains. Joseph Patrick says, rock solid, freeloaders. Yeah, love it. Yeah, that was hilarious. Okay, so Rock Solid and Captain Trek are both tied for best jokes so far tonight. Rock Solid says, Joseph, how would you describe those who are fully capable of working but prefer not to and live off the public dole? T-Berg Tech, Qapla T-Berg Tech says, good afternoon, Bird of Prey. Good afternoon, T-Berg. Are you the same T-Berg that comes around from time to time? Mountains of Elysium says, rock solid, would you call these people politicians? That's one class. Rock says, not entirely, yeah. Springtime says, Bird of Prey. Sassy is Bird of Prey. Is Sassy Trump? Who, Bird of Prey, and me? Woo-hoo. Whoa-ho, Bird of Prey, me. Okay, no, Sassy is Sassy, the beagle, the dog, which, thank God, Life with Matthew chose during his game last night. I would have had to have a real talking to him if he chose the other dog. Of course you choose the beagle. If given the choice, you always choose beagle. A, C, B. It's the most common saying in Karoga. Always choose beagle. Springtime, yes. So Sassy's the beagle. I'm me. Trump is president, but sometimes people accuse me of being Trump for reasons. I think it's because we have such similar hair. Easland says we should send a wig to Kurtzman. Yes. And we should send, you know what we should send Kurtzman? A male escort. We're like, here, a present for you. T-Berg says, falling from incompetence heaven without a parachute. Rip, son of a bitch, Taylor, lol. Yes, that's it. Falling without a parachute. That should have added that. Thank you, T-Berg. Joseph says, rock solid, you need to ask Bird if the kids can work in the mines despite them not being orphans. Not sure how many other capable people are depending on you. If Rock Solid wants to give up his kids before they're orphans, we could work something out, but we technically only take orphans. Darth Maul says, mourn in my head canon. His people had hair like young Meatloaf. Honestly, I think they should have had hair like that Orion guy. That Orion guy, by the way, looked terribly stupid. The Orion should have looked like they did in Enterprise. Eastland says, it is intentional. Poke an eye with sharp stick. Oh. T-Berg says, bisexual education with Bird of Prey. Dan23 says, Bird of Prey, DS9, Morn people do have hair. Quark said Morn had his hair 10 years ago. In one episode, another episode, he gave something to Morn to help with the hair growth. That's right. Denobulin. Thank you, T-Berg. Saul Leibowitz, Qapla Saul. Says, Qapla Bird of Prey, even though it's National New Friends Day, I still need to tell you, I do not have any friends, just contact. I'm sorry to hear that, Saul, but we can be friends. Captain MKG says, Bird of Prey, Qapla, just trying to stay alive here, almost amongst the fires. In regards to the F word, you can't say. I was referring to the unit of measure. Ah, yes, sticks with equal, yes, a bundle of wood sticks from Wikipedia. And that was a hilarious joke. They did it on The Simpsons. Martin said the word, and they had to actually write out the dictionary definition of the word. I think it was The Simpsons. It was either The Simpsons or Futurama. I think it was Martin on The Simpsons. And they had to put in the dictionary definition of the word under Underwood so that they could get away with saying it. And that was like 30, 25 years ago, probably. Yes, that's right. A bundle of sticks. We can't say it. It's a word we can't say. A bundle of sticks. The Android says, you meant to say Dr. Flock's bisexual because he's got, auto-corrected, possibly. Rockstar says, Bird of Prey, the dictator was in reference to Mr. Miles not being in Turtistan streams for some time due to reasons. Oh, okay. Eastland says the old paperback sci-fi. Oh, by the way, Captain MKG, do stay safe with the fires. I hope they're not too close, but man, I saw some of those fires. I know the footage I was looking at was a couple weeks old, but holy crap. Stay safe. Stay safe. Fires scare me. Eastland says, in old paperback sci-fi, there were genders where there were no young women because the female was late stage life. Yeah, and that is an interesting take on sex and gender, is that as you grow, you go from male to female or female to male or male to female, back to male, who knows? That's an interesting take. It's not the worst thing in the world. This way, everybody gets to experience everything. It's not the way we were made, but it's an interesting sci-fi look at sex and gender. Yosef says, Darth Vader had problems breathing. Do you think he was COVID patient 0? I doubt it. If he was, then like everybody in the Empire would have had COVID. Not Ryan Dodge's Bird of Prey, baseline by so much for diversity. More like bending the knee, like we see some more and more from the entertainment world. Absolutely. And we always knew. People used to yell at us. We would say it's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope, and they would make fun of us and say it's not a slippery slope. Blah blah blah. And now here we are. Everybody in the Star Trek universe baseline bisexual. T-Berg says there can be only one T-Berg. Qapla. Then T-Berg, good to see you. Cinnabon says always chew beagle. No, not always chew beagle. Always choose beagle. Rock Solid says you always choose yellow labs. Always. No. I mean, you once in a while. After you have several beagles. East Mountains of Elysium. Excuse me. Mountains of Elysium says not Trump, not Creepy Joe. Vote Rainbow Unicorn 2020. Deej Odyssey for president and 1,000 subs. Yes, let's get Deej to 1,000 subs by the end of the year, or perhaps sooner. Rock Solid says Bird of Prey isn't falling without a parachute, just falling. Yes, but it's more. It's a more direct form of falling. Captain MKG says Bird of Prey. I actually got a script from Kids in the Hall. Wow. Got it from a script from Kids in the Hall. I don't think I ever watched Kids in the Hall. I knew of it. Captain MKG says, thank you. I'm down in the Denver Tech Center, DTC in Colorado, but the fires are slowly coming down south. I don't want to jinx myself, just staying informed. Understood. Be safe. I will try to will the fires in the opposite direction. And now to the Dear Bops. Yes, Captain MKG. Very soon we'll get to the Dear Bops. Dan 23 says in Star Wars General, Grievous had coughing and Darth Vader had heavy breathing. Okay, you got a point. And Captain MKG says Bird of Prey, the meaning of the bundle of sticks was his Kids in the Hall. Maybe they did it in Kids in the Hall too, but they certainly also did it. I think it was The Simpsons. I'll look it up later. We are going to get to Dear Bop, but first, a word from our commercials. These are not sponsors.
This is your brain.
This is your brain on drugs, people.
Any questions? It's yours?
No,
Your mother said she found it in your closet.
I don't know. One of the guys must have...
Must have what?
Look, Dad, it's
Where
not...
did you get it?
Dad,
Answer me. Who taught you how to do this stuff?
You, all right? I learned it by watching you.
Parents who use drugs have children who use drugs.
Hertz introduces great low January sale rates, like $69 a week here in Arizona.
Or only $79 a week here in Hawaii.
Oh, yeah, Arnie? Well, what about $78 a week here in sunny California?
Or, OJ, only $59 a week here in sunny Florida. Brutal, Juice, brutal.
Hertz, you don't just rent a car, you rent a company. 37 years ago, Club Med made a special arrangement with civilization. Send us your frazzled, you're crazed, you're beleaguered, you're burnt out, you're overburdened, you're tension-riddled, and we'll send you back a human being.
The Computer Factory wants you to get the competitive edge with the Apple rebate sale. Purchase a qualifying Apple system now and get cash back. Buy the Apple IIgs for only $549 after Apple rebate, or the Apple IIc for only $549 after rebate, or the powerful Macintosh Plus for only $1,449 after Apple rebate. Hurry in to your nearest Computer Factory store for their lowest prices of the year on Apple. Plenty of stock on hand at all Computer Factory locations.
And we're back. When did Club Med, did Club Med still exist? I mean, it can't right now, right? With COVID? Did they just morph into hedonism? I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean. You guys have seen the video, the guy, the old dude saying the grinding and the something. The grinding and the, it's in there. And you don't want to, if you don't, if you don't know what I'm talking about, good. Don't worry. Don't look it up. Don't look it up. Darth Maul says, in my head canon, there was a species in track that was born gender neutral and would mature to a point where reproduction would require biological development of man or woman organs. Okay? Josh Reed says, no, bird of prey, that's your brain after going to Kroger's. You sons of bitches. That was a delicious looking brain. T-Berg says, where did you learn to eat hot sauce? I learned it from watching you. That guy looked like a stoner. Darth Maul says, I wonder what Hunter Biden's brain looks like on drugs. Joseph says, 80 USD for a car per week. That's cheap. No wonder you are so rich, American. Forzer says, Hunter does drugs because Joe did drugs. That's probably where he learned it. Mr. Captain 93 says, is he talking about anti-tracker? The hunky chunky funky monkey Qapla says, Hunter on drugs is just him trying to imitate Joe as he's in the family. I guess, I never thought about that. Darth Maul says that hedonism dude was evil. And yes, Dear Bop. Okay, we're here for Dear Bop. It is Dear Bop time. It is not Kissing Dax time. Here we goes. Okay. Josh Street says, Dad, son, what did you learn? Where did you learn to cheat? Bird of prey. I learned it by watching Anti-Tracker. I thought you were going to say you learned it from watching me. You see, Nephew O Prey, where did you learn to cheat? I learned it by watching you. Son of a bitch. Okay. Dear Bops. Dear Bop, Shabop, 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 Shabop. Let's see. What do we got up? Who's our first, contestant? Our first victim? No, who's Wesley Crusher is in the house. Qapla Wesley says, Bird of Prey, hey, how many Dear Bops have you done? This is the first one, Wes. You made it right on time, right at the start of the Dear Bops. Forzer says, Reagan Bush 84, Trump 2020, Bird 2024. Absolutely. I'll take that. Wes, you couldn't have had better timing. We were just studying the Dear Bops. I gotta zen myself. Got to get into the support, the advice mode. Okay. We're wiping the brain of unneeded thoughts, and we're inhaling the good vibes. Okay, here we go. Dear Bop, recently a poopy YouTuber said on a stream that you'll never convince someone they are wrong by simply insulting them. I might have watched that. The hypocrisy of this statement from this person is palatable. This individual constantly attacks others based on their views, which are not in step with this, often by bringing up personality traits that have nothing to do with the topic at hand, because he has no other ground to stand on. Common retorts include things like, yeah, but he's a flat earther, yeah, but you don't like TOS, and yeah, but you're Rogan. If it was everything I could do to keep from calling this person out on his stream, however, I needed to vent because this position is beyond arrogant. Well, listen, yes, if you want, you should have called him out. You should have called him out on his stream, to be quite frank. But the thing is, I'm sorry to say it that way, but here's the thing. He's technically right. You're not going to convince someone they're wrong by insulting them. That part of the statement is absolutely true. The problem is, he's not the person to be giving that advice, or perhaps he is, but only with the understanding that he himself does not live up to that own standard. Okay? So that's just, I can give advice. I could give advice. Hey, you want to get healthy? Then eat more vegetables, eat healthier food. Don't eat candy, and don't eat fatty foods, and don't eat you know what not to eat. Don't eat cheeseburgers from McDonald's. Don't eat soda. Don't drink soda. I could give that advice. Now, I'm not saying I follow my advice, but I know that's a good way to get healthy. So just look at it that he was telling you what you should do. He's not acknowledging that that's what he lives by. I would imagine he knows he doesn't live up to those standards. And if he doesn't know he doesn't live up to those standards, then you could certainly tell him he doesn't live up to those standards. And see what he says. I suspect he'd realize he doesn't. But if he doesn't know, then he'll learn. He'll learn he doesn't. Maybe he'll strive to do better. We'll see. It's a lot easier to say what to do than to do what you do. We all know this. That's not anything particularly insightful. But yeah, I can understand. And listen, if he ever tries to win an argument on you, with you by insulting you, then by all means, bring it up. Throw it in his face. Say, on that day, October, what was it, 18th, 17th, October 17th, you said on your stream exactly this, and that's exactly what you're doing. Be ready. Be ready to throw it back in his face. His stupid, poopy face. Dear Bop, Carogan Chamber of Commerce. There's no Carogan Chamber of Commerce. You owe us $89.99 for the hashtag MePoo mugs and Death to Caroga t-shirt. As well, we've booked your tattoo appointment to get the I Heart Turdistan ass tattoo for Friday. No, none of this is true, okay? There are people are writing crap into Dear Bops again that are not true. Sassy, you are my truth detector. She's barking because they're telling lies again. So we're going to dismiss this fake Dear Bop as the fake news it is. I'm certainly not getting a Turdistan tattoo on my ass. Okay. Dear Mr. Joseph D., Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Mr. Stanley. I am a volunteer for New York Republicans. I am trying to get the conservative voters to not feel as if their vote doesn't matter. It does. I hear that you run an orphanage. Are any of them now of voting age of 18? If so, please ensure they are registered to vote this November. I'm sure you have instilled, I'm sure they meant, good values into these young youths. We thank you for all your support. P.S. It is perfectly fine to accept funds. It is perfectly good to accept funds from Joe Biden and donate to the Republican campaign. Godspeed. Sincerely, Stanley from the Republicans of New York. Well, thank you, Stanley. I already gave. I gave at the office. The voting records of the orphans are sealed. Technically, as Caroga citizens, they don't have U.S. citizenship, but thankfully, the fact that Caroga is located within New York at this point, and New York doesn't really care who votes, they may or may not vote. For legal reasons, I cannot confirm nor deny the voting records of Carogan orphans. You understand. But thank you, and yes, we already gave at the office, so you can stop asking. Cinnabons, is it snowing? Wow, snowing in Minnesota in October. Resolute, it's time to liquidate the CCC again. I've already liquidated it. Forza is putting in a bunch of dog faces. Not quite sassy emojis, but pretty close. Wesley says, greetings, birds, turds, and sassy fans. Aroo! Forza says to shut up, Wesley. But then he says, just kidding. Qapla, Wesley. Wesley says, turfs, Wesley. T-Berg says, don't eat sodium, you will explode. Mr. Cap, this is life coaching with Bird. And T-Berg hears no barks. Oh, so then my software is really catching the barking. I almost wish I could let the barks come through. Dear Bop, I'm thinking of attending the Trump Entrepreneur Initiative. The Trump Entrepreneur Initiative, aka Trump University. I want to learn about real estate, buying and selling property. Some say it's a scam school. What do you think? How much is property going for in Caroga right now? Might be a good time to buy. Lol, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Bobby, the buyer. Well, Bobby, here's the thing. I don't think you need to go to Trump University to learn how to buy. I think it's much like Monopoly. Anything you can afford, you always buy. If you can afford the property, you land on it. Okay, if you're just walking down your block and you can afford the house next to you, you buy it. If you can't afford the house next to you, you keep walking. So you find a house you can buy and then you buy it. Empty lots, electric companies, waterworks, railroads, boardwalk, Park Place, whatever it is, even Marvin Gardens, okay, or hell, if you turn the corner and you go to, oh my God, Baltic Avenue, Jesus Christ, at least get to Oriental Avenue, and that's not racist. That's the name of the avenue. It's called Oriental Avenue. You buy these places, you try to buy at least 3 in a row. You build houses. If you get lucky, you build a hotel. And that's how you win. That's how you win. You try to avoid going to jail. If you're corrupt, when you land on free parking, you just steal all the money from the center of the board. People say you don't put money in the center of the board. You do in Caroga. God damn it. Honestly, though, about these get-rich-quicks. So my whole life, we used to watch these like infomercials about these get-rich-quick bullshit where you buy stuff, you buy everything. And it's like, this is all BS. And then my cousin, basically my age of an uncle. He's my father's cousin. So he's like a cousin once from whatever he is. He's like an uncle cousin. I don't know. But he moved to Florida. He actually had a house right next to a big, beautiful house because he got into contracting. He was right on the Gulf Coast. The house next to him was rented out for them to film those commercials. Like they pretended that these people were so rich. They had this big, beautiful house with a boat on the water. And they were renting out that house to film these infomercials with, women walking around with bikinis on. Like, oh, I'm so rich. I follow this plan and blah, blah, blah. So I figured this is all bullshit. And it might be. It might be. But in college, freshman year, we went to, I joined a fraternity. And we went to one of the fraternity brothers' houses. And it was the first time I had visited anybody on the North Shore of Long Island. And for those who do not know, the North Shore of Long Island is the rich people. The rich people live on the North Shore. The poorer people, the middle class, they live on the South Shore and the center. The North Shore is more exclusive, rich people. So we went to his house. It looked like a freaking mansion to me. For his block, it was an average house, but it looked like a freaking mansion. We went down to his basement, which has more square footage than my entire house. Probably 3 times as much square footage as my entire house. Not even counting the wine cellar, which we were not allowed to go into. But we spent the day down there. It was a professional development type day, so we were doing things. But I was walking around this freaking basement, and he had a library section that was just full of books. So I looked and wonder what were these books? What books did this guy have in his library? And after looking at them, they weren't books. They were all these ridiculous courses on how to get rich quick. Like all the infomercials I'd ever seen, like over 10 years, he had every one. They were all in a binder and they were all perfectly put into this book cabinet. I never asked him about it, but to this day, I wonder if they got rich doing that, what was said in those books, or more likely they got rich by selling those books. My guess is the latter. So yeah, I say don't go into business selling property, or buying property. Go into business selling books on how to buy and sell property. That's where the money is. That'll move you up to the North Shore. Hail Caroga. Hail Caroga. Joseph says, I do not understand how some can drink alcohol the whole evening. I'm having my second rum and he already feels it. Oh, Jedi Bill just went live. Qapla to Jedi Bill. I hope he's well. Hail Caroga. Yes, Carlo. Hail Caroga. Let's see. Dear Bop, first, I did not want to write to you because I have no idea how the others will look at me. Then I realized it's anonymous. I am a man in his prime, early 30s. I want to experiment in the bedroom area. Do not get me wrong, only with people, but yes, all genders. I am otherwise straight, but I would say bored. What would you do, and how about the chat? I wouldn't experiment with other genders because I'm straight. So if you have any desire to experiment with other genders, you are not straight. Now it's fine. You don't have to end. This isn't the end of your life. Could be the beginning of a new one. Okay, I don't know. Maybe you're gonna have a great time. Me personally, it wouldn't be for me. But if that's your thing, if you say, hey, I wouldn't mind trying that out, more power to you. Be honest with yourself. As I don't really have much advice, I guess you should probably go to a gay bar or something, or go on Grindr and probably say, this is my first time, and you'll probably get 1,000 guys all willing to teach you something. I can't do that. But I'd imagine you probably won't have a hard time. You know, just from what you hear, you probably won't have a hard time finding that out. But if you want to try straight stuff, you could probably just go on the internet and just find someone like-minded. There are tons and tons and tons of places. Darth Maul says, "Hail Turtistan, get out." I'm kidding. But you will have to pay a Turtistan tax. We charge Turtistanis, I don't know, $5. $5 for attending Kurogan programming. So please, at your convenience, please submit payment, or Sassy will come after you. As for the chat, they probably want to remain anonymous too. So I don't expect anyone from the chat to jump in, and it doesn't appear anyone is. Josh Reed says, "All hail Robot Hell, aka Kuroga." Darth Maul says, "Do you tax air?" No, I only tax Turtistanis. So that's my advice. You listen. You can find anything online. Okay, you can find people into anything, and don't listen. It's fine. Not everybody. Not everybody is one way, which is fine. No problem with it. Just be honest with yourself. And if you ever get a girlfriend again, be honest with her. Don't lie to her. Explain your past or your possible future. Dear Bop, we want more Dear Bops. Well, I can only do that if more Dear Bops come in. And we have at least one more. Dear Bop, I have a situation and I need your help. We all get to that point in our lives when we need extra protection, and I have arrived at that point. So I was hoping to get your advice on whether I should get certainty briefs, assurance and confidence pants, or good old depends. I'm not crapping you. This is a real dilemma for me. I look forward to your response. RXP. Well, if this is really rock solid and you need advice on adult diapers, I can be honest, I don't use diapers. When I go out, I just hold it, and when I'm in bed, we use a chuck, just a flat piece of absorbent material. It's an underpad, and I just I know when I'm going to go, thankfully, and that's what we use. So I don't actually have any diaper experience. I would say get one of each and see which works best. Just try it. I've heard the best things about Depends. So you maybe start with that, but see what's available. Talk to your pharmacist, and just try whatever fits, man. Try whatever fits. Roxanne says, "No, it's not me, and F you, whoever is doing this shit." Okay, well, obviously they probably put RXP there just because they didn't want anybody to know who it really was. But whoever really needs that help, just see what's around, try multiple products, and it's going to be trial and error. It's going to be a little dirty at first. I'm going to be honest. But you'll figure out something. There's no postmarks on emails. Mama Pray wanted me to check, see if it came from Turtistan. T-Berg says it depends. Yeah, it does. T-Berg says, "I confess I'm a technosexual. Don't date robots." Darth Maul says, "By the way, we're all Turtistani, is flows in us. flows through us and out of us. That is disgusting. Disgusting Turdistani. Crap talk. Dear Bop, I am the perfect nun because my mother was one and my grandma too. Yeah, you're a third generation nun. Good for you. Here's to the fourth generation. Dear Bop, I disagree with the first Dear Bop today. Because Anti-Tracker is not attacking people, there is no name calling. He calls out the ideas they are presenting. And I might disagree with him and he with me from time to time. He never called me names. He never made fun of the FE subscriber. And calling somebody Kurogan is actually like giving a badge of honor. 205. Well, this is also true stuff to my knowledge. However, it is possible, and I don't know, but it is possible the person who wrote the first Dear Bop did get insulted by Anti-Tracker at some point. Anti-Tracker is generally not insulting, but he can be. It's happened. He's not above it. It's happened from time to time. I've seen it. Not often, but it happens. So, if this person was personally attacked or felt personally attacked by Anti-Tracker or whoever the poopy YouTuber was, he should be honest and, like I say, not let these things build up. You don't want these things to build. That's where the problem comes. These things build and build and build and build. Talk about it as soon as it happened. You got to let that pressure out. Josh Street says it was most likely soft putty again. Yeah, I'm getting. Admiral Saval. Oh man, Admiral Saval. Oh, there it is. Admiral Saval says, it's still hard to believe my father is in the afterlife. Now, I'm sorry to hear that too, Admiral. It's gonna be a while, man. I'm sorry about the passing of your father. Darth Maul says, just make sure they're 18 years old. Resolute says, all poop questions should be directed to Anti-Tracker. And Roxelle says, to Admiral Saval, I hear you, man. It's been just over a year, and there are still times when I think, hey, I need to call Dad. Then I remember. Yeah.
Today, 45.
So I'm sure you couldn't hear her, but Mama probably was saying today, October 19th, 45 years today since Mama Pray's father passed away. And she still think about him, still remembers him. But the good times. They're memories, but they're good memories. And one of my regrets in life is I never got to meet the man, not even as a baby. My father's father, I did get to know. He passed away when I was like 15 or so. Wish I could have got to know him better, but at least I did get to know him. Robert Rose says, hello today, Bird of Prey, Mama Prey, and Sassy Qapla Robert Rose Jr. Good to see you. Okay, we are doing Dear Bops. We're doing Dear Bops. Falling out the poopy streamer, yes. Wait, what? Calling out the poopy streamer on being a gigantic hypocrite wouldn't have been with the following argument. He doesn't see that he's ever crossing the lines, because if I'm not picking on you, I don't like you. It's all BS cop out, and I don't need to frustrate myself with his lies. How did somebody respond to that one so quickly? How did they know that was the next Dear Bop? I don't understand it. Right? Because we had this Dear Bop, with I disagree with the first Dear Bop today. And then we immediately had a response to that Dear Bop. I am shocked. I don't understand it. But we'll do it. Carlo Albanese puts out a hug to everybody. Thank you, Carlo. Dear Bop, I've gone and done it now. I spent years avoiding making political comments and posts on my Karogan board tweet account. Well, I may have messed up. I reposted a message I personally agreed with, but have upsetted many people I know. What to do? What happened in the old days? We could just agree to disagree. Thanks, Bop. Welcome to the culture war. You can take a seat over there and wait for Twitter to ban you. So you spent years avoiding making political comments. Well, I honestly, if you really did make your first political comment, welcome. I don't know if you're on the same team or not, but welcome to the discussion. I would say do your best to remain open-minded. Do your best to always listen to the other side, no matter how crazy they sound. And, give it a chance. That's the thing. Don't ever be so certain you're right. Not without testing. Every day, you have to look at what you are, where you are, and confirm with yourself that you've made the right choices. And you want to reconfirm that every day, at least once a day. There's a chance you're wrong. I don't know what you believe. There's a chance you're wrong. There's a chance I'm wrong. I know I question it every day, every time. Okay? I go back to the beginning and I say, well, if this, then this, then this, then this, then this. And every day, for the most part, I always come back on saying, no, my opinion, I feel like I have the high ground. I'm in the right. And so I will argue it. I will defend it. But it's hard because a lot of people, they're just not open to discussion. So don't force it if you can't force it. If you force it, you only make things worse. Resu Germs is easy to do when you have multiple personalities and multiple browser windows. I don't think it was multiple personalities in person. I honestly don't. Dear Bop, you need to stop lying about the country of Karoga being in the state of New York. When it's in the state of New Jersey, it is absolutely not in the state of New Jersey. If you can't tell the truth, I will have to think about turning Karoga back into Seaside Heights, New Jersey. Signed, Philip Dunton Murphy, Governor of the best state in the Union, New Jersey. P.S. No matter what those evil people next door say, New Jersey is number one. New York smells like Kurdistani sewers. Clearly somebody's gone crazy. Josh Reed says, don't do it, Bird of Prey. Thomas has the high ground. The hell he does. Dear Bop, I really, truly need your help. My dad is such a dick. He is so mad at me for leaving my laptop at the shop. Oh my God. Geez, what's the big deal, right? The way I look at it, it's really not a problem if you have some photos on a laptop showing me in compromising situations, right? I'm just some kid trying to find my way. Besides, my dad does drugs. I mean, lots of them. He has a script for Adderall and all kinds of other drugs. Let's just say that he needs them big time. Last time I saw him, he called me his sister, his wife. He called his sister his wife. Come on, he's losing it. But I digress. So what do you think I should do? Move out of the country? I hear that Russia is nice this time of year. Hunter. Yeah, Hunter. You should probably think about leaving the country as soon as possible. As long as you still have your passport. Try to get on somebody's plane that you trust. A rich Hollywood celebrity, probably. Borrow their plane. Go to a country with no or bad extradition treaty with the United States. I'm not certain which ones are the best. I know Russia is one of them. You could probably head there. I think you've got friends there. And you live out your life in Russia. That is probably your best move, Hunter. And then maybe your dad can follow you in a couple of weeks. Josh Street says, Bird of Prey needs to play the best song on YouTube, Dear Bop by Piano Dean. That's not, I don't even have that song. It's also not the best song. BedLife by Piano Dean is the best song. Dear Bop, how do you call yourself straight with your transsexual attraction? I don't have a transsexual attraction. Those are damn dirty lies. And I'm sure my neighbors are like saying, what the fuck is going on? The window's open today. Dear Bop, this is a reply to the early letter. If I'm straight as any other guys, but I don't hate gays, but I find their behavior a bit sickening. But, and this is a big one, I once in a while have the curiosity of what it would be like to kiss a guy. Maybe you can tell the other guy this, although I might want to puke after, who knows. No, you're not straight. If you have the desire to kiss another dude, you're not straight. You don't have to be completely gay. You could be bi, you could be something in the middle, but you're not straight. That's not what straight means. Straight people never have the desire to kiss another guy. At least straight men don't. Dear Bop, the response about the poopy streamer wasn't in response to 205. It was in response to your response from the original email. Ah, okay. I get it now. Thank you. That cleared that up. And that's our Dear Bops for the day. Oh, let's head back. Let's go back to the lobby. Let's head. No, there's no lobby. God damn it, there's no lobby. Wesley says, Dear Bop. Josh reaches Bird of Prey needs to. No, I'm not going to play that song. Resu Germ says, some 40-year-old plus old crack smoking kid. Of all the things the Biden's kid has done, okay, and crack or meth, last I heard, Snopes said that it wasn't a crack pipe, so they rated it false. It was a meth pipe. Whatever it was, I don't care. The craziest part about it all is that he divorced his wife and married his brother's widow. Something like that just seems weird. Okay? If he wasn't married and he married his brother's widow, you can say, well, that's what they used to do in the olden days. But he divorced his wife to marry his brother's widow after his brother died. I'm just saying that's fucking weird. Roxas says there's a new Dear Bop. This is the last one. Because we ended the Dear Bops. We'll go back to Dear Bop. And of course, there's two. These are the last two. Dear Bop, if they remove Biden from top of the ticket, what happens to the really voters already cast? If the ticket vote for no longer exists, the votes shouldn't just be inherited. Well, they are. You didn't vote for a candidate, you voted for a party. So the Democratic Party has full control. Let's put it this way, if they removed Biden from the ticket, I believe Kamala would automatically become, would take the president's, would move up, and it would be up to the party to nominate a vice president if it's before the election. If it's after the election, Kamala becomes president, assuming they win, and then she appoints a vice president after, once she gets sworn in, and then the Senate needs to confirm the vice president like they would confirm a Supreme Court justice. Yeah, but voting's already started, so those votes have voted for the Democrat. Whatever happens, if Biden dies, if Biden gets taken off the ticket, and the same with Trump, if Trump dies or Trump gets removed somehow, you've voted for the party. So the Democrats got those votes. Whether it becomes Kamala or someone else, those votes have already gone to the Democrat. You can't redo it. There's no do-overs. There's no give-backs. You voted, it's done. It's over with. It doesn't happen. There's no way of changing it. Dear Bop, the culture war sucks. People suck. This year sucks. Can we get over 2020 now? I'm so tired. I'm so tired of everything. Well, we could get over 2020, but to be honest, 2021 isn't going to be any better. 2021 isn't going to be any better. We got a long way to go. We got a long way to go. We got a long road getting from there to here. Gonna be a long time, but have faith of the heart. Have faith of the heart. Just play I don't have the Dear Bop song, John Street. I don't have it, and I wouldn't play it even if I did. Resolute says, then the marriage is rumored to be less than completely consensual. Wow. I did not hear that. Josh says, Bird of Prey, where's your Karogan orphan mail order bride going to get to your house? I wish. Where is this so-called mail order bride business? Somebody give me the URL, please. Roxanne says, that's bullshit. Well, I'm sorry. That's the way it is. You're voting for the party. That's how the system works. That's how the system works. I didn't realize that was going to be so upsetting. 2021, the sequel to 2020. Absolutely, rock solid. I'm sorry to say it, but that's what's going to be. That's what's going to be. Okay. So let's give John Araki one more chance, if he's still here. Kiss and Dax. No. Okay, let's give him one more chance again, because he did make 2 super chats. So one more chance again.
Live long and prosper.
No, Journey to Eden. Oh well, not your day, John Araki. Not your day. Okay, guys, we're going to be calling it an end. Mamo Prey has been cooking. It smells delicious. And I'm hungry. And I got to take pills and all this other stuff. So I want to thank everybody for coming. This should be a quote unquote normal week, more or less. Tuesday, tomorrow, I'm not sure what. We'll probably do a game at some point. I don't know exactly what time. Wednesday, we'll be back to Deep Space Nine Wednesday at probably 5 p.m. Eastern. We'll be doing DS9 Wednesday. Thursday, look for my Star Trek Discovery Season 3 Episode 2 review out, hopefully in the morning. If not in the morning, then early afternoon. Thursday at 9 a.m., I will be on Loki's Mornings of Mischief with him and several other people reviewing Star Trek Discovery on his live stream. But my personal review, will either be out before Loki, if I can get it finished, or right after Loki, if I can't. So Thursday will be that. I don't expect to live stream Thursday. If I do live stream Thursday, it will be on the Bird of Prey 5X channel. So make sure you're subscribed to Bird of Prey 5X. You can go to birdofprey5.com and subscribe there. And then Friday, we're back to BedLife. And Dear Bops. Saturday is Cinema Saturday. It's going to be War Games, the classic movie War Games. And then we move on to Futurama Season 2, episodes 13, 14, 15, and 16 of Season 2. So we've got some good stuff coming, and then it's Monday again. Another week has passed. That's the plan. I want to thank everybody for coming. A big thank you to all of our channel sponsors. We got Illegal Clown, who's a citizen of Karoga. We got Cinnabon Bunny, Governor. We got Alexander, who's a friend of Karoga. Wesley, a friend of Karoga. JP's a friend of Karoga. 47 Yorktown, a friend of Karoga. Captain Track, a friend of Karoga. Rock Solid Productions, a friend of Karoga. Joseph Patrick, a friend of Karoga. Pixelate, a Karogan citizen. And Carlo Albanese, also a friend of Karoga. And we have the people who support us on Subscribestar: Brian J., John D., Resolute Germ, Life with Matthew, and Thomas. Thank you all, to all of you. I'm going to reach out to our citizens and governor about setting up a live stream this week. And we've got a new member of the channel. Welcome to, let's see, Not Ryan Johnson. Qapla, Not Ryan Johnson has just become a friend of the channel. Qapla, Not Ryan Johnson. I will add you to our list of new channel members. There it is. There it is. The 5, the circle 5. You now have access to exclusive emojis, and you will have access to occasional footage and stuff that I don't share with everybody, and other good stuff. You'll get your shout outs. Very cool. Thank you for joining. And I will be in touch, this week with our Citizens and Hire for a monthly stream. And Cinnabon Bunny graciously decided to donate. He was entitled to a monthly sit down with me, and he has graciously donated it to Pixelate. So Pixelate, I assume you already knew, but if you didn't, I will contact you about that as well soon as to when you want to do the sit down. So thank you. Resolute Germs is bird of prey with an egg, with BGGN. Are you going to get Super Mario Brothers? I don't know what that means. I don't have any plans to get Super Mario Brothers. Josh Street says, Bird of Prey, all you have to do is call the Korogan Orphan Uranium Mines to have them send you your bride. No. Wesley says, everyone keeps messing with you. I know, Wes. I know. 47 Yorktown welcomes Not Ryan Johnson. And Wesley says, bye, Bird of Prey and the O Prey family. Thank you so much. Qapla all. Hail Karoga. And Bird out. Thank you all for watching my video. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell icon. Without it, you won't get notifications of new videos. Check out BirdoPrey5.com, the new home of everything BirdoPrey5 on the web. You can also check out my forum at juot.net. I'm also on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Gab. If you'd like to make a donation, check out paypal.me/BirdoPrey5 or on BirdoPrey5.com. Take care.